Alrighty, hi diddly hill neighborinos, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's Iron Spectate's time, and this one's for me. Why is it zooming? Oh, I know why. It's because, sorry. Dude, that makes so much sense. You know what, in the last one, I was like, why does it look like, it looked like it was zoomed in. I forgot that when I press 1, it kind of like brings the camera in a little bit. Because I've got a thing called League Director that allows me to like do a couple of like vaguely cool things. I'm also using it for screenshots, right, granted, but yeah, it's just something that I have that explains one of my hotkeys is tied to 1. All right, anyway, yeah, so welcome to the channel, welcome to Iron Spectates. I think this FPS camera is like lagging my computer ever so slightly here, so let's move back to that. This one's kind of for me, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I've been like taking some suggestions in the YouTube comment section, what champion you maybe want to see. I have been keeping an eye out for champions like Corki and stuff like that, but it's the people that I have found. Oh, first blood, nice. People that I have found that played Corki, you know, they don't tend to play the game for very long. You know what I mean? And in saying that, I mean like there's a thing in Iron 4, or like at the lowest rank, and you know what? It's probably the same in most ranks, right? People play like a couple of games, play 8 games, 10 games, whatever, at the start of the split or start of the season, and then they will be like, cool, I'm loyal, I'm done, I don't want to play anymore, and that's it. They just move off. They never play. So you'll see like somebody who's like a Corki one trick, and you're like, oh nice, Corki one trick, last game played 3 months ago. That's not good. The replay system will not help me there. Like sometimes even on the current patch, the replay system will be like, well, I just don't like you, I'm sorry to say. They're not gonna help you out. So I decided that I was gonna have a look at a champion that I love a lot, and I'm a big fan of, and also what the hell is going on here. So I realized like that. Does he actually get the smite on that? Let me check. He doesn't get the smite on it. Gets Q down onto Morgana though. Morgana's like kind of a spot of bother here, but now she's running under tower. She's gonna be in a little. This is awkward. This is a lot of committing to get nothing out of this. It has to be said. Vel'Koz's already died once in an invade. He's bailed. They need to like leave, man. They don't have any business being here any longer, I'm afraid. Yeah, I wanted to just check out a champion that I play like, or I used to play quite a lot. And I found a Pantheon main who seems to like, it's definitely his most played champion. I don't know if I could call it one trick, but certainly I love Pantheon. I want to see how Korea operates with him, especially in like Loyola. And I thought, hey, that'll be fun for me. I get to watch like a Pantheon game and see how we cook. That being said, it does seem like, unfortunately, Pantheon is not the most exciting part of this so far. Viego flash down, Nunu flash down. Nunu actually somehow manages to get a kill and get away with all of this. I don't know how. I don't know how that's happened. Because realistically, I was looking at it like, this guy is wasting way too much time. The game compositions are probably some of the most normal I've seen so far. I'll be real with you. Like there's really nothing weird about anything here, and that's scary to me because that's not how it's been for the most part. I was about to say, how does Diana die there? But the E crossing over into the tower range is probably going to do it for you. So yeah, it's Pantheon versus Set topside. Absolutely normal. I would probably say that I fancy, if Pantheon knows how to play the lane, I fancy Pantheon. At least early game. I mean, early game versus like lots of champs, you fancy Pantheon in the matchup. But, you know, W from, it's a who blinks first situation, which is a lot, like, it's the case for quite a lot of top lane matchups, to be fair. But whenever I play Set or Pantheon, all you gotta do is hold your E for when he uses W, and you're chilling. You're not gonna take any of that big true damage that comes out from him, and it's fantastic news. Jungle, Viego versus Nunu, as I'm sure you're well aware, it looks like Viego actually somehow like in a spot of bother. I don't think he can get away from it. The E finally comes off cooldown, and that's gonna be Nunu getting another kill in the enemy jungle. Nobody moving, nobody caring. Viego running around for like 30 straight seconds and nobody moving to try and help him out there at all, which is tremendously sad to see. Mid lane as well, you got Silas versus Diana. Super normal, nothing much to say about that. As far as like Silas is concerned, we got some half decent ultis here for him to steal potentially. That was like the most by the numbers Pantheon kill of all time. Yeah, I mean like we have for Silas, Pantheon ulti, grabbing a Grand Starfall, maybe using it to like move somewhere else in the map. Diana ulti, fantastic, change of corruption, and dark bind. What's not dark binding? What's it called? Soul shackles from Varus and Morgana. Both like fantastic ultis to use in team fights. Bot side as well. Ezreal, Vel'Koz, very pokey lane, versus Varus and Morgana. Also a kind of picky pokey lane, you know. I don't honestly, like, just looking at the team comps, I don't really necessarily know who I fancy my chances with so far. I'd say, like, I mean, Varus and Morgana are going to do, like, very nice numbers later on in the game, but we're not later on in the game yet. Oh, that's like, dude, I mean, you know what? I've seen this a good couple of times. I don't know if it's, like, game sense. There's no wards here. Pantheon just accidentally walking into Nunu, managing to kill him for free, which is absolutely fantastic. Somehow bot lane dies as well, though. Does Ezreal risk? Oh, he just fires a straight Q and Morgana doesn't want it back. That's it's a little bit unfortunate. A little bit of, oh man, dude, oh, it's 5 minutes in. There's 8 kills, and it doesn't look like there's. I mean, this is an overstay for sure. This is the overstay of the century. We've now got people coming in behind here. Although Vel'Koz doesn't really have that much in the way of the mana department here, and somehow Ezreal barely manages to drag himself out of turn range there, thanks to the heal giving him a little bit extra movement speed. I mean, yeah, it was an overstay. I honestly could have seen that going wrong. I think like Ezreal dies on that second tower shot, if I was to guess. And then from there, I mean, Vel'Koz is gonna have to just like auto attack him to death, I guess. If they're really desperate to get the pick there. I don't know if it was gonna happen for them. Still, there's like a minimap bug right now that it would appear that Nunu has a ball, but he does not have a ball. He does have a ball now though. They're gonna scrap in the jungle again. They're gonna scrap one more time. That being said, blue side does have Morgana nearby. It does have like Varus nearby. There's nobody on bot side. Dark bending lands on the Nunu. He's not gonna be able to move. I mean, not necessary, but the black shield comes out as well. They do get the stun. They're gonna get the pickup, and he is going to become Nunu. That being said, can they maybe get a dive going as well? The answer, I thought it was about to be yes. It was not yes. He's backed off. I don't know why, man. He should just go for it. I know it's a bad idea. There was no reason for him to ever want to do that. It was. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, boom. Continue, press the advantage. Boom. W comes down. Flash out on the set as well. It's free. I don't think you needed to flash that. All he comes out off of the set, and it's fine. I don't think a flash was necessary from Pantheon. That being said, though, respect. What the hell's happening, man? How does this keep happening? He's trying to do some counter jungling of his own. Dude, what the hell? The minimap showed that, like, Nunu was up there. And then he just, like, teleported. That was so weird. The replay system is so messed up sometimes, man. Does he even get the... No, he doesn't even get the blue buff. So he doesn't get any of the XP. I mean, does he get away, though? We know that he manages to get over the wall. And it doesn't look like red side are really paying all enough attention to realize that he's there. There's not any pings coming out either. But, I mean, Viego just walks through them. I mean, he's probably just going to have to W into the tower. And he gets executed! I mean, honestly, like, you could argue that that was, like, bad map awareness. You know, that the bot lane for red side weren't looking. But I'm going to be honest with you. Nunu didn't ping at all. Right, okay, he pinged, like, one single time. I think. He might not have... That might not have even been him that pinged. I don't know. He asked for assistance. But it was when he was already in Tribush, you know? He's here. And he happened to walk in, show himself, and then walk towards the tower and get himself the execute. Like, start pinging, like, here. Like, you gotta, like... I understand that, like... There's a lot of, like, contention in the League of Legends community. Like, you know the whole, like, dearest Karthus, if you could... by any chance find yourself into pressing R right now to kill these people because like pinging is toxic now, typing is toxic, etc. Right? Just ping, even, like on the off chance. I don't know if it's like maybe rude to be like, hello, wake up, please, wake up, Joe Biden, wake up. But you gotta do it, man. Otherwise, situations like that are gonna come and you're just gonna watch 300 gold, like, just set itself on fire underneath a tower for no reason. Now, oh my god, I don't think Vel'Koz meant to do that. I think they were aiming at the Viego. I accidentally nails him with a commented Q that takes Varus out of the game, bro. Sit, man, sit. Now, Nunu, dude, Nunu's running a goddamn train on this game. He's 2-2. He's not, like, doing necessarily well. He's down in CS. He's got the same amount of kills as Viego. But he's got, like, the heart of a fighter pilot, man. There's, like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, mate. I don't do ifs, ands, or buts, mates. I do absolutes, right? That's what this Nunu is saying. And it's just scrap after scrap after scrap. And honestly, I'd be, like, a little bit scared because, like, Viego's not a bad duelist at all. Dart bending lands onto him there. But he's in again! Go, Nunu! Ball's coming down. He's gonna. Is he gonna try? He's panicking. He's panicking. He's panicking. He's panicking. He doesn't get the drift. He doesn't get the drift. Viego's gonna be able to make his way out there. But Nunu is in it, man. He's in, and he's still hovering. He's like, you know what? While I'm here, why don't I steal all your stuff again? Why don't I steal it all? Another nice little kill from Pantheon way on top side here. No Ignite on Pantheon is kind of interesting. I feel like with the way set is, sometimes like you feel like maybe you need it. Because like his passive healing can sure be annoying. Like especially when you're trying to finish him off. I guess like the execute extra damage from like low HP thresholds can be like enough, I suppose. I think it's gonna be like a little bit rougher later on in the game, trying to like take advantage of that. Like unfortunately, I to be clear, I mean like if he health stacks and he goes mathematically correct, you can always just like rock it with like a Blade of the Rune King. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But then I don't really know how many health stackers are gonna. I mean, maybe Nunu's gonna have a bunch of health on him. It depends. I mean, it seems like he's going full AP, which is based, but you know, who knows? But yeah, I mean, I mean, it's hard to say actually. I reckon like Set's gonna be probably more valuable in the later game if he gets a chance. But he's already 0-3. He's not tremendous amount. He's not like tremendously down in CS, so it's not all that bad. But he doesn't like really have like a nuclear bomb that he can drop on the enemy team either. It's not like he's playing into a tank and he can just drop like a Cho'Gath or something to get like fat damage down. Now, Silas may be looking to catch a dive here. That being said though, Red Side are so low HP, it's insane. Hijack is up. He is not using it. Obviously, like Black Shield is now on the Varus here, but interesting that like he didn't immediately grab the Varus's Chains of Corruption and use that to try and like lock him down just outside of tower range, because that would have been probably pretty valuable. Okay, he bent that big time. He didn't stay on top of Diana as well as he could have. He's gonna suffer for that. He's gonna pay for that, and Silas is gonna pay for his sins as well potentially. Viego needs to land the stun. Never mind. The Pantheon held Q comes out, execute damage onto the Silas here. That could have been a little bit nicer. Nunu didn't keep distance well enough. Didn't get the snare down, which meant that he didn't get the ult. He had to cancel it a little bit early. Obviously overcompensated for it by going a little bit too deep. Gets caught by the Diana ult and then just pays the price for it. That being said, that was like a super sick reaction from oh god, Viego. Oh jeez, oh. That was a sick barrier, man. Pantheon moving really quickly there. Like very nice immediate reaction to seeing that something was potentially happening. Maybe seeing that like Silas was bot lane and that he's more likely to rotate up towards mid lane, or like I don't know, just getting a feeling for it. Maybe they could be duo, who knows. Ooh, such low HP. There's a lot of people living on, a lot of people overstaying as well, man. Varus, you owe it to yourself to stick around, bro. He's asking for a Q, man. He is asking to get dunk right in the head. Now, will this be mathematically correct, Singe? Not Singe. Singe, that was the last game I watched. Mathematically correct Set versus mathematically correct Pantheon. The Eclipse already, bro, is doing numbers. He's already got an item. Already full item. 5-0. The damage is swag. And honestly, it's such a 2v1 win as well. Like, even if Nunu comes topside, he's like full AP. He's got Proto Belt. You could win that very easily. And the fact of the matter is, there's only a couple of abilities that you would ever really want to in that fight press E on, because like they don't. I mean, Set does plenty of damage, Nunu does plenty of damage, but like realistically, the majority of their damage is kind of coming out at this point of like 1 or 2 abilities. So like your Nunu ulti and also like Set W. That obviously changes a little bit later on down in the line in the game. But at this point, you know, like he's behind. The only thing he can really make some use of is like the damage that he's currently taking. So it makes decisions a lot easier. Like if Nunu presses R, that's worth shooting. Because if you're in it and you want to keep fighting, unless you have W up, in which case you just cancel it, of course, or Set W to break some true damage off the pile here. We have got Pantheon. Now hold on, because he might be able to come in. I mean, it honestly really didn't do that much damage. I was like, he could come in. He's got enough time coming in from that ulti being proc that he could have probably E'd to prevent any damage coming out onto him, and that would just make things even easier. But he didn't take that much damage to begin with. He's going a little bit aggressive here. I think he's overestimated his damage just a notch, and quite frankly, if they play their cards right, they probably could parlay that into a kill. But still, Diana's finally roaming down towards the bot side. We've got 4 people from blue side here. They're looking to catch it. They managed to catch the E reset there as well. Another Q. Bosch dead. We don't have Diana all the way up though, but still Varus does manage to kill the Ezreal. That being said, we give Set a little bit of an opportunity here to get some tower plating. I think he got, did he get that last one? I think he might have just gotten it, or I don't know. But give him a little bit of tower plating, give him a little bit of gold to try and get himself back into this game ever so slightly. I mean, obviously, my G is 8-0. He's running a bit of a train on this game. That being said, though, that does not mean that the game is won under any circumstances. Because, like, yeah, super powerhouse early, super mega damage early, but that doesn't mean anything when people start getting items, people start scaling, and the power. Oh my god, he's a genius. What are you talking about, man? The last Iron Spectates I played, which you should go watch. You should subscribe to this channel. You should check out shopsycho.com. We're going to be doing some mystery bundles soon for great value. And also give the video a like, because I forgot to do it, and we're 17 minutes deep in this, and I forgot to do the intro. Welcome to the channel properly. The last Iron Spectates, I saw like an insane Yone play that must have been accidental, but this one was definitely on purpose, and that is so mega-brained. So mega-brained. They just love outplaying as hard as they can. This server, man. This server just loves to try and mentally outplay people. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, but I love it, because you get to see plays that are like the 1%. Like, I make 1% plays. I think I did pretty well on the server in Iron, man. I like to make 1% plays that probably shouldn't work, probably won't work, but at the same time, if it does and somebody sees it, they're gonna be like, whoa, you know? Like, it could have been very easy for Pantheon to hold his Q just a little bit longer. And wait, that's got 1 HP. You're gonna want to finish that off. Hold his Q for like 1 second longer, and then, you know, easily find his way into like, well, he's not in front of me. He must be in this bush, right? Oh, it doesn't do enough. He doesn't hold it long enough, man. No, it's so sad. He's crazy with it. This is tremendously awkward. Oh my god. This is tremendously awkward. I think Pantheon must have got a kill when I wasn't paying attention. He does get tower though. It's not even first tower though, man. Not even first tower. I mean, Viego's just running his ass in. He doesn't care, man. He doesn't care at all. Set's finally found himself a stride breaker. Not looking too spicy though. Nice. I get it. You know what, man? I would do the same thing. That being said, there's a tough, you really do live a tough life when you put all your eggs in the Pantheon basket. Do you know what I mean? I can't count the amount of games that I've played ranked or otherwise, really. I put my foot on the gas early, super hard. You know, I'm like 6-0, 6-1, 7-0, whatever, right? And then, you know, this is going to sound crazy. I feel like my team do worse because of it, you know? Not because I've stolen all the kills. I'm getting my kills. I'm doing my thing. I think they just think like, oh, this Pantheon guy's a beast. He's not, we don't have to try that hard. It's a free win. My ass thinking it is not a free win. It is not a free win. I'm in my brain watching this Pantheon being like, I see myself in this player. Brother, you got to let your team get some kills here, because if not, it's going to be you against the world very later on. That is such a perfectly dropped... What the hell, man? My camera... That is such a perfectly dropped Pantheon ult. It was so timed. Like, it was so perfectly timed. This dude needs to learn his damage radius, man. He needs to learn his damage, like, how much it does. His limitations. Put me on manual camera and don't change me off manual camera, because it's dragging me around. He keeps on letting them live with just a little tiny bit of HP, and it's really unfortunate, because it could be so much better, you know? Yeah, this Pantheon knows how to play this matchup, which is great to see. It could, I mean, I don't think, nah, there's nobody here to break him down here. That was an Ezreal from downtown. I was like, if he's nearby, this is a 1k gold cash injection that's just waiting to happen here. But nah, man. Yeah, I don't know, like, it doesn't, like, it's sad to say, but like, once you get to a certain point in the game, it really doesn't matter, man. Like, it feels like it doesn't matter how many kills you have on Pantheon. You're only gonna be so strong for so long, you know? This Nunu is bloodthirsty, man. He's bloodthirsty. I mean, Morgana used everything to try and stop him. She used everything, man. Dart Binding, Soul Shackles, Ignite, it did not matter. He was going to die. So help Morgana God. She was not going to let that fly. No shot. And I agree, man. That's a bravery that can't be going unchecked, you know? Pantheon going for flashes on full HP players, though. And, you know what? He has got 2 items. But still. I mean, honestly, like... Okay, this is going to sound crazy, but, like... Apart from Set, what do... You know... Is Black Cleaver... This is gonna, like, I would agree that if you, like, by logic, like, you know, you shouldn't probably go for... Sorry, I'm gonna pour myself a glass of cola, if that's okay with yourselves. I would agree that Black Cleaver could. But it just feels like in this situation, like, when you're, like, already, like, 11-0, or, like, you're working towards that, by the time you've started your second item, you're 4-0 or 5-0. Is this a situation where you go for, like, you pick the win more option, you know? And it looks like Pantheon's going to drop a 1k gold shutdown here. Who's it go on to? Ezreal, which is pretty solid. Silas steals his ulti and then tries to ulti him on top. Just attack him. It feels like you maybe want to go for, like, the win more situation. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking, like, maybe Collector. I'm talking, like, maybe a Hubris, you know? Get the lethality Magi's out, you know what I'm saying? If you're pumping damage and the enemy isn't pumping damage yet because they've all died a billion times, why not, you know? Nunu's, like, actually staggering damage on this, which is weird. He needs to be aware that he needs to be the one that's on this, though. I mean, granted, he's pushing away the Viego, which is fine. Doesn't even need to use ult. He doesn't have up yet. Still, we get a pick onto that. It's going to be a free dragon for Red State. It's going to be the 3rd dragon of the game already. We're 20 minutes deep with 3 dragons. Like, are we going to see, like, an Elder Dragon this game? Could be very possible. I mean... Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. I mean, despite the fact that they're getting theoretically pumped in score and, like, gold, the fact that they've got those objectives is actually pretty massive. Like, Nunu, at the very least, has kind of got his wits about him as far as, like, the importance of objectives to some degree. Right, boom, Chains of Corruption. That's what you want to see. Don't have a whole lot of mana there, though. This does also get Chains of Corruption, so they're both just kind of standing staring at each other. This is an awkward fight. We've already lost one of our guys. Granted, it wasn't exactly like a major loss. Storm Surge first item from Silas, huh? Interesting. That must suck hard when you're getting smacked. I feel like if you're losing lane I think you could maybe make an argument for it if you're winning lane pretty hard. It just seems like you bend your entire game going Storm Surge when you are 1-5, you know? Because you're already historically not killing people. So how often are you going to get that proc? How often is that, or more importantly, how often is that proc going to make any major difference here? That guy cannot move, man. Does he even get a chance to drop his W? That's just... I mean, are they just going to take this all the way? They're pinging for backs. They're pinging to get out. They don't want to push us any further. They seem to know their limits, which is strange because they don't seem to have any recourse for that before. Like, they don't really seem to care what their limits are in every other fight. But when there's a potential for cracking open an inhibitor, they're like, no, we chill this one out. Chill this one out. Unless they're, of course, playing with their food. Now, I actually don't know who I bet on in this fight. I think actually Pantheon just wins this hard. Oh, unless... Oh, just not enough damage, though. He dropped the E a little bit early. I think it was an Impurity, though, so he got it for a little bit longer, but it did not hold out long enough. But once again, like Nunu's ulti just slightly not doing enough damage, because that's still another 1k gold shutdown. He still has got so much gold on him. How much is he ahead of? Bro, he's like 4k ahead. Like, no. Actually 5k ahead. I was going to be generous, and I was going to say, like, oh, he's 4.8k. I'll say 4k. No, he's actually fully blown 5k ahead of set in terms of gold here. Spear Shojin, totally fine. Like, as I say, though, like, I know it's dumb, and I know it's bad, and I know that if it can backfire super duper easily, but I just feel like if you're hardcore winning 14-1, you need, like, you could absolutely go for, like, one-shot assassin build, because everybody is so getting dumpstered so hard, and you will dumpster people so hard that... Now, granted, I was going to say you can basically just get every objective, push people off of towers, etc. That doesn't really look like that's necessarily the case, because if you want to start getting dragons, now it's going to be 20 minutes until you get soul. And that's not even considering the fact that dragon still has some time to spawn. So, I don't know. A 45-minute soul? I don't know. Or you could just kill them, granted. You could just actually just kill the enemy team. Because... like, Bruiser is great, and honestly, like, I kind of maybe get it. Like, they have a lot of stuff that can maybe grab you, lock you down. And I mean, not as much as your team, though, granted, I will say. Like, Nunu can maybe lock you down. This is deep. This is going deep. This is rolling deep. Bish bash bosh. I'm just saying, it's not as much damage as it could be. Pantheon actually not being as scary as he probably wants to be here. Oh, the hell Q, though. Almost bringing it down. Almost breaking that Ezreal down. I don't know. I've made the mistake that this Pantheon's made too many times. He has TPing though. Gotta go try and stop Set from being able to just completely split push in all day. We're not really making any major advancements on the inhibitor tower here. Not got a lot of damage onto it. It's unfortunate. There's plenty of other places we could go here. We could push in the silings, get these ones in as well. Go 1-through-1 or something. Try once we get them 1-through-1 it for our inhibitor tower, and then from there you can maybe try and parlay yourself into a nice little cheeky Baron or something like that. Plenty of options to work with here. Diana catching the Nunu potentially. Doesn't have ulti though. Flashes the wall. He is moving towards the enemy Pantheon though. Where's he planning on going? He's going deep. He's going undercover. He's going behind the enemy lines. I mean, his team are possibly in trouble here. Need to be like a little bit careful with this. I mean, Varus is flashed as well. He wants blood. He wants the dead Varus. He barely manages to win it. Silas does manage to kill the Morgana as well. Oh, so close, but that did grant vision. That would have granted vision onto the Varus. So I don't know if they're trying to hunt from here. If they're trying to look around and see if they can find him. Silas gonna give up here already. I think that was close enough that it would have granted vision from the Ezreal or True Shot Barrage. Now, Ezreal has made a bit of a positional misplay here. Silas lives. Never mind. Okay. I mean, Pantheon needs to find a way out. And if I was to guess, it would be through Ezreal, man. Unless he just walks. Okay, he's just gonna walk out. Fair enough. Fair enough. I thought he'd try and find a way out through Ezreal's skull. Just walk through him like a Looney Tunes cartoon flying through a door. Oh no, this could be Soul. It is Soul. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Oh my god, Red said actually pick up Soul here, which is huge, man. And it's Mountain Soul, which actually ends up making that Black Cleaver slightly more effective now that I'm thinking about it on Pantheon. Now that everybody is going to have like a little bit more percentage based armor, like, you know, like how much does it give? Plus 5%? Oh, an extra 10%. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the break even point on like a Black Cleaver is, where, you know, how much armor they need to have to make it worthwhile, but still. When everybody on the enemy team has an extra 10% armor, okay, a Black Cleaver's looking a lot less dumb. Not that I thought it was dumb anyway, I just think I just wanted to see him build lethality, okay? I just wanted to see him build lots of damage. I have no idea how that Benny Hill situation appeared there, where like they went this way, he went that way, and they kind of crossed each other, almost walking past each other. Man, Set is not even on 2 items yet. But I feel like he should be. He's like 7k. I guess not. I feel like he should already have 2nd item. Like, Pantheon's almost done with his 4th item, and bro has got 1 item. Like, are we serious here? He's running for his life. He is running for his life. A Viego E would do numbers here. Get the speed up. They're gonna catch him. They're doing a lot of damage. He might not even be able to drop. Oh, he does. Boom. He's donezo. That being said, picking up the Set Soul, you're actually picking up an incredibly weak guy. Who do you think you are, bro? Stretch Armstrong. You're not pulling him over the wall. What the hell? Who does bro think he is, man? Try to pull an E over the wall here, as if that's gonna do anything. I think this 2v1 could win. I think the Vel'Koz and Ezreal could very easily take this. Like, this is such a kiteable situation. Like, Pantheon is pretty binary as far as it goes. Like, especially less so with new Pantheon, but old Pantheon was like the easiest. Like, you literally always know what Pantheon's like line of play is, which is good when you're playing a champion if you're bad at the game like I am, because it means that like you have limited amounts of lines of play. Therefore, like in a straight 1v1, of course, like the ulti makes things a little bit more macro and a little bit more like decision making. But when you're playing a champion like that like his old thing used to just be Q throws a spear. It was point and click, and it was just. So you always knew where you were going with that one. His E was like his current E, except he stood still and did it, but it didn't block any damage. It would just go da 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 with the spear lots of times. But there was only so many angles that a Pantheon could take on a fight. Obviously, they could surprise you, right? There's no doubt about that. But with Vel'Koz W and Vel'Koz E, you can cut down drastically the amount of potential options for a Pantheon. If he goes to try and stun, well, Vel'Koz E is now under you, along with the Vel'Koz W, boom, or him trying to get close to get a stun onto you. You're going to slow him with a Q, you're just going to like prevent him from moving forward. Like, so many ways of like just blocking his movement. So I think, and also even with that, with Ezreal as well, you can just E away. Even if you do get caught with the stun, and it means you might be at a range of like a tap Q damage or something like that. 50 kills in 30 minutes is really, I mean, it's almost like 60, but it's not that, honestly, not that bad. This is like a longer game. I mean, it could, like, honestly, next fight could win it, to be clear. There's so much malignance damage here. That was, I was actually somehow like a half decent flash. Looking at the damage that Ezreal actually does to Morgana, that flash prevented her from getting like half health there. She's 2-7. She is honestly getting absolutely beansed by the Ezreal. I don't know how, because like, I mean, he has got like some items, but like you wouldn't expect it to like half health of Morgana. Do you know what I mean? like not even a Sheen proc or anything like that, man. It's just like Muramana, Malamar Mortius. We got like the Frozen Heart and the Spear Shojin. Why like it seems like things have been like kind of turned on their head here. Like now Red side are sieging. Now they're like, no, we're the ones in charge. We've always been the ones in charge. The Ezreal is like super strong right now. The rest of his team are kind of fodder. Bot side are in a bit of like a 2v8 situation here. Pantheon only does come down. But that being said, anybody, as long as like Set's taking damage, surviving a little bit longer than normal, it's actually kind of beneficial here. Because it means it gives Ezreal a little bit of breathing room to actually do something. Silas, what are you doing with these ultis, brother? Like, this is just so not worth. Ezreal was running a train. Ezreal was doing it. He is making it happen. He's being caught by a Dark Binding. He's in a little bit of a spot bother here, but we do have another soldier on the team, and that is Vel'Koz. If he can do a little bit of something here, maybe get some damage down, that could be a Morgana getting caught. We love to see it. We'll back it away. We'll back it away. The thing is, right, Pantheon is 19-3. But I think he's like, he's suffering from his own success. Does that make sense? He's got 1 billion kills. He's got half the team's kills total, right? Pretty much. But I think he wants to continue that line of play. I think he just wants to get the KD rocking and rolling. He will kill anybody that is in front of him if he can kill anybody that's in front of him. Do you know what I mean? So even though in that situation he always in, his best chance of winning that fight straight off the bat is probably to kill the 11-4 Ezreal. So he probably should move on to him. He decided to go on to the Set, who is, granted, not going to last very long, but long enough that it's time spent that Ezreal is blasting Qs and doing damage, right? You don't just you can't just immediately walk through the Set, right? Because he is kind of tanky. He's got like the Sundered Sky, he's got the Tabby, and also he's just got his W, right? And even if you do get on him, he's going to sow you with the Stride Breaker, all that. He's just going to be annoying to finish off, right? I don't know though. Right, Pantheon is ulting into the pit here. This could be bad actually. He's a little bit not fully cut off from his team. Set's put in work. He's just tanking damage. So is Nunu. But like it's in a good way because Ezreal is just managing to pump damage. Vel'Koz is managing to pump damage. They actually ended up kind of winning this fight here. The Pantheon barely managing to survive there, and we've got Ezreal and the Vel'Koz looking to hunt to try and get this Elder Dragon. But we do have a combination of Varus from the bottom, Pantheon from the top. I think Pantheon's given up on it though. It has reset though. Please, we gotta focus. We gotta focus. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like we could have just got Elder Dragon. I understand that it's like only going on to 2 people, but I'm gonna be honest, bro. It's going on to like the 2 most important people. The 2 people in the game, in this team at the very least, who have the easiest way of applying Elder Dragon buff, right? It's just like, okay, yeah, Nunu has the heart of a fighter pilot, and sure, he will probably apply it to some people before he dies, but he's kind of running it down. Like, he's 314-8. Like, it's gonna be better, could be worse. I don't know, you know? Could be worse. He's not actually running it down, but still, that's what I'm talking about. And then Vel'Koz is just free applications all the time. I mean, the most important people are here and they're accounted for. Now, this actually could be a bad situation. Silas needs to get in there and body block or something. Help your Ezreal. Help him. Help him out, man. Don't let him die. He is the one thing that's holding you up on this right now. 21-3 Pantheon is just, it's terrifying, man. We don't need this. Now, the call has been made. The beacons have been lit. Diana is going for the solo bolo with Elder Dragon. It looks like blue side might just get it. It looks like they might just get it. That's going to be it. They pick it up. The Storm Surge actually manages to make it. The Storm Surge prog, yes! First item bought from Silas. Total damage done to champions. 109, baby. Let's go. That's what we love to see. 109 damage. And all it cost was like 3k gold. Oh, yes. Excellent. Comparatively, first item bought for Ezreal, 3,000 damage Delta champions. How interesting. That's it, like second or third item bought for Ezreal, 1,000 damage shielded. How curious. Oh god, this is going... Actually, this is going strangely well, considering... I mean, that's going to be a pickup, I think. Oh my god, he barely lives! I think like one more tick of that probably would have been enough to finish off the Nunu. Pantheon actually drops. That's huge news. I was thinking, like, this fight is actually not going well for blue side, despite the fact that they do have Elder Dragon buff. And... you know, it's on Pantheon. It's actually, I don't think it's on anybody else really apart from these two. It's on Viego and it's on Diana, but that's pretty much it. Now, Nunu is just soloing Baron. I wonder how that goes. It doesn't seem like Ezreal has any major interest in helping. They're kind of hovering it, but they're just letting him, they're just leaving him to it. This is bizarre. Morgana is going to see very soon that they are on it. Okay, now they've actually got some men on it. They're actually helping. Ezreal always comes down to help as well. Morgana kind of like accidentally double dodges a Vel'Koz Q there, which is pretty nice. Okay, red side picks up Baron. I'm rooting. I know that like I was here to watch the Pantheon. I understand that. I'm kind of rooting for the Ezreal man because he is up against it. And the Vel'Koz, to be clear. I don't want to make it seem like I'm only, you know, acknowledging the AD carry, because supports are half the battle, you know. But I'm kind of rooting for the enemy bot lane on red side here, purely just because their team are atrocious, and like it's the David versus Goliath, you know, underdog story that we love to see, where they win in spite of every single environmental factor that happens to be like like holding them back. 1 in 12, 3-15. Granted, I will say that Silas has sharpened up his score ever so slightly, but that being said, bro, I mean, like, for God's sake, 109 damage from Storm Surge is, like, actually joking. You gotta be taking a piss, man. You gotta be kidding me. We got a Pantheon flank coming in, though. It's looking good. It's looking very nice. He's over the wall, though. But Diana. Oh, and Varus as well. And Morgana. Oh my god, that was like a 4-man SWAT team operation, man. Diana didn't use ulti though. Pantheon ulti comes down though. Vel'Koz is in trouble. They're about to lose their two most valuable members of their team. He's done. He's done. It's over. Morgana does get killed. How exactly? How? Oh, Nunu came in behind. And died. She died to Storm Surge. This says that Storm Surge has done 0 damage. Is that is that right? I could be right. I don't know. 0 damage? I mean, he's super behind. People gotta stop buying this item when they're behind, man. Even though I love Storm Surge on AP Malphite support, you can catch my ass buying Storm Surge if I was that. I mean, to be fair, I mean, I'm never behind, so it doesn't matter. Never played a game where I've been behind, so. Yeah, 0 damage. 109 damage. Storm Surge is such a trap item, I swear. I mean, Diana has got value out of it for sure, but she's 12 and 3. But even then, it's like 700 damage. Is it like 700 extra damage? I swear you could get that 700 extra damage from like a Rabadon's, right? Like just from, I don't know, using abilities with the Rabadons. Still, movement speed's nice, I guess. Let's cope. Let's cope for a second. I've got no idea who wins this game. Oh my god, because like blue side are currently in the process, like in real time, binning it as we speak. And I feel like if red side group, they can't lose a fight. But they aren't grouping all that regularly, and they are dumb. In certain situations, some of these fights, they are playing them as terrible as they could play them. But all it takes is Diana hitting just right. Like, Viego having a game plan of like who he wants to get onto. And like we just need these 3 people. Like that's a really sick ulti. We force a lot out of the Ezreal, but Pantheon's not going. He's given up. He's giving up. No, you're giving up free kills here. It's too late now. It's too late to commit to it, man. You gotta commit to it. Like, Ezreal was well within stabbing range, man. Okay, cool. We maybe get something out of the Silas here. There we go. Boom. Oh, no, man. 22 and 4, and it's just for nothing. He's somehow not... He's not full build yet. 18k gold. God damn. Really? He's got 3.6k though, so he will be getting this final item here. Steric's Gauge. It's just a mess, isn't it? There's so much and that could have been done in that, just in that fight alone. I think Pantheon mentally gave up on it a little bit too early there. But like realistically, you just gotta commit, man. Like Diana got a really nice ulti off at the start of the fight. Granted, it was I will admit it was a little bit difficult for anybody to get to it. Pantheon, I don't know if he had flash up in that exact moment, but he has flash up now. Ezreal was absolutely within W range to be stunned. And granted, I admit that it's not the most ideal situation that you're maybe throwing your life away when you're super duper fed, right? Like, oh, I'm the most kills on the team. I can't die because if I die, we lose. But you know, Diana's committed, and certainly, you know, you should commit too. If you take out that Ezreal, there isn't really a lot that can stop blue side from taking charge here. Obviously, Vel'Koz is still like decently strong, but the other three are not to be scared of, right? No offense, okay? I just don't see it. Now, this is actually going to be a coin flip. Viego's taking a decent amount of damage. We managed to stop the Noodle like straight off the bat, and he's stopping a lot of damage with the E as well. I don't think Viego can get in on this. I don't think he's going to have a chance to be able to do anything, but we do use Nunu Q a little bit early. Still, regardless, he does manage to get the smite. Pantheon's kind of up against the wall here. He tries to flash the wall, but finally, Set gets his revenge, hitting him with a fat W, taking him out of the game, and actually, it looks like maybe this is going to be Reds to win here. It's ridiculous. It's the underdog story of the century, man. It's not an ace, but it's close enough, man. I don't think Varus is gonna have what it takes to stop this on his own. Why is everybody backing, man? Come on. Ezreal, kill that guy. They need to crack something open. They need to get some pressure. They need to get these minions in, bro. Alright, you got one caster minion. Grats. Oh, Jesus. It's a mess, man. I mean, realistically, there's a bot tower there that's free. But that being said, that could very easily turn into like a Baron or something if they just don't care and they just want Baron buff. I mean, this point in the game, nah, Viego definitely couldn't. I don't think he could solo Baron. It's too strong at this point. We're 44 minutes deep, man. It's just not gonna happen, I'm afraid. If he was full build potentially, but I don't think he has. You know what? He might prove me wrong. Prove me wrong right now. Go on. Prove me wrong. Go ahead and start it. He's not gonna do it, man. He ain't gonna do it. We have... Oh my... Dude, this Vel'Koz does such nutty damage. I feel like this Morgana is so weak. It doesn't make any sense, bro. Oh, that's a shame. That, you know what? That was actually a good try, though. Nunu has once again got the heart of a fire pilot, man. Where did he get this confidence from? He is running a train, bro. He's running a train. He even uses his ulti to try and give him the shield to survive just a little bit longer. Dude, this Vel'Koz is good, man. Vel'Koz is actually a solid player. I know that's hard to believe because they're iron, right? And like, yeah, he's maybe not challenger, and that is what it is, but like, he's kept him in this game. Bot lane has kept this game trucking, and it looks like it's going to pay dividends here. Varus is once again the last man standing. Don't really necessarily think he's going to be able to do a tremendous amount to stop this. All it's going to take is one like Set running under tower and being like, I'll get him, guys. Grab him, ulti him. Doesn't really matter what happens. Okay, we're stacking all of our ultis onto Set, who's 2 and 13. Like we gotta chill, man. We gotta like forego this in favor of not playing KDA. You know, we can't be playing KDA at this part of the game. 46 minutes into the game, nobody's talking. You ever notice that whenever you get to this part of the game, nobody's japping? Everybody is locked in. This is the lock-in moment. Your ego, you experience ego death. You are playing solely as a unit at this point. You've played for so long together that you learn how to play with each other. You know what I mean? If you're first time in a champ, you've played that champ for so long, you've learned how to play that champ at the time. Red side brought it from the brink, man. They brought it from the brink. I don't know how deep it was. I don't think it was a complete food bar situation. 22, 6, and 11 loss, man. That's pretty tough. And no doubt bro was telling his friends about that, about how bad his team was. But there was mistakes made from everybody. But that was a great game to watch. Thank you so much for watching it, neighborinos. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for spending some time with me here today. And yeah, have a great one. I'll see you all next time. Check out shopsycho.com. Subscribe to the channel. Give the video a like if you've made it this far through. And yeah, see you.